By the end of August 2025, a federal judge will rule whether Google operates an illegal monopoly, and your entire SEO career could change overnight. We're not talking about a slap on the wrist here. This could be the most significant antitrust action since AT&T's breakup in the 1980s. Google processes 8.5 billion searches daily and controls 90% of the global search market. But here's what keeps me up at night as an SEO professional. If the judge decides against Google, Google could be forced to sell Chrome, divest Android, or separate its advertising business from search. Imagine Chrome operating independently, or Google's search algorithms suddenly becoming transparent. The strategies, tools, and assumptions you've built your expertise on, they could become obsolete in months, not years. If you're not preparing for this seismic shift right now, you're setting yourself up for professional disaster. Let me show you exactly what's coming. As we see Google, the company that has become synonymous with finding information online where Google it is literally part of our vocabulary, might be forced to split into separate entities. Google isn't just a search engine anymore. It's an entire ecosystem that includes Chrome, the world's most popular browser, Android powering billions of phones, YouTube, the second largest search engine, Google Ads, Google Analytics, and countless other services that form the backbone of digital marketing. If the Department of Justice gets its way, we could see Google forced to sell off Chrome, divest Android, or separate its advertising business from its search operations. Some experts are even suggesting that Google's search data could be made available to competitors, fundamentally reshaping how search engines work. Could Chrome or YouTube be spun off into separate companies? Imagine YouTube operating independently, potentially developing its own search algorithm that doesn't favor Google's broader ecosystem. Or Chrome being forced to treat all search engines equally, breaking Google's stranglehold on the browser-to-search pipeline. Could regulators force Google to finally open up its search algorithm rules? For years, we've been playing a guessing game, analyzing patents and reverse engineering ranking factors. What if sudden transparency became legally mandated? The SEO landscape would transform overnight. Could new APIs give competitors access to AI overviews? This could democratize AI-powered search features, allowing smaller search engines to compete on a level playing field for the first time in decades. Could sites opt out of AI overviews, but still appear in traditional search results? Here's where things get really interesting and problematic. Currently, Google's approach is frustratingly binary. Want to prevent Google from using your content to train its AI models or display it in AI overviews? Your only option is to instruct Googlebot not to crawl your site at all. It's digital extortion, plain and simple. Let us use your content however we want, or lose all your organic search traffic. Think about the impossible position this puts publishers in. You've spent years building quality content, optimizing for search, and driving traffic to your site. Now, Google essentially says, "Nice traffic you've got there. Would be a shame if something happened to it." Who in their right mind would choose to block Googlebot entirely just to prevent their content from being repurposed in AI overviews? It's like being forced to choose between letting someone steal your car or burning down your garage. Most rational business owners will grit their teeth and accept the theft rather than lose everything. But imagine a post-breakup world where this changes, where you could opt out of AI training while maintaining your search visibility, where content creators actually have a choice instead of being held hostage by Google's all-or-nothing approach. Maybe it would even force Google to do something revolutionary. Actually pay content creators for the high-quality content they're currently getting for free. Think about it. If publishers could selectively opt out of AI training without losing search traffic, Google would suddenly need to compete for access to premium content. They might have to start paying licensing fees or royalties to use your articles, research, and insights in their AI responses. Right now, Google's business model is essentially digital sharecropping. Publishers do all the hard work, researching, writing, fact-checking, editing, and Google harvests the value by summarizing that content in AI overviews, often eliminating the need for users to visit the original source. Publishers get diminishing traffic while Google captures all the engagement and ad revenue from keeping users on their platform. But in a truly competitive landscape with real alternatives and granular opt-out controls, content creators would finally have leverage. Imagine Google having to negotiate with major publishers the way Netflix negotiates with content studios. Want to use our investigative journalism in your AI responses? Here's our licensing rate. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's how healthy markets are supposed to work. When one company has too much power, they can extract value without giving fair compensation. Break up that monopoly, and suddenly fair deals become necessary for survival. The implications go far beyond just SEO. This could fundamentally reshape the relationship between content creators and search engines. But here's what I believe would have the most seismic impact on the entire digital landscape: forcing Google to sell Chrome to another company. This might surprise you, but Chrome isn't just a browser. It's Google's most sophisticated surveillance tool. While we've been focused on search algorithms and ranking factors, Chrome has been quietly harvesting an unprecedented amount of user data that goes far beyond what any search engine could collect. Think about it. Chrome knows everything you do online. Every website you visit, how long you stay, what you click, where you scroll, what forms you fill out, and crucially, your behavior on sites that have nothing to do with Google's ecosystem. It's not just tracking your searches, it's tracking your entire digital life. Want to see just how much data Google collects through Chrome? Here's something that will blow your mind. Open your Chrome browser right now and type chrome://histograms in the address bar. Hit enter. What you're looking at are the stats accumulated from browser startup to your previous page load. Start scrolling through that page. Keep scrolling. And scrolling some more. See that endless list of metrics? That's Chrome silently cataloging thousands of intimate details about how you browse the web. It's tracking your memory usage patterns, network performance, and form interactions. It knows how quickly you close tabs, revealing your attention span and interests. It distinguishes between simple links and monetized ones, mapping exactly where your cursor lands on each page and how often you click. Chrome monitors how far you scroll down each page, tracking whether you skim the headlines or dive deep into articles. It records your scroll speed, where you pause to read, and where you abandon pages mid-scroll, painting a detailed picture of what captures your attention and what bores you. Chrome also monitors whether you made a purchase by asking Chrome to fill your payment details. Whether they're a conversion or you just use the site for information, every hesitation before clicking a link, every scroll pattern, every micro pause as you read, Chrome is measuring it all. Building a granular profile of your digital behavior and quietly transmitting this psychological fingerprint back to Google's servers. This gives Google an unfair advantage that's almost impossible to quantify. While competitors like Bing can only see what users do on their own platforms, Google has a window into user behavior across the entire web. They know which sites people visit after searching, how they interact with different types of content, and what ultimately drives conversions, even on websites that never use Google Analytics or ads. The data is incredibly detailed, and here's the kicker. There's zero transparency about how Google uses this information. Are they using Chrome's browsing data with good intentions to improve the browser experience? Or are they weaponizing this intelligence to crush competitors and manipulate search results? The honest answer? Probably both. Wonder why the site's rankings start to fluctuate? Is it related to the content quality of the user behavior? You will never know why. Google can observe user behavior patterns that inform not just search algorithms, but ad targeting, content recommendations, and strategic business decisions that give them an insurmountable competitive edge. If Chrome were sold to a neutral third party, imagine Microsoft, Apple, or even a new independent entity, Google would suddenly lose this omniscient view of user behavior. They'd be competing on a level playing field for the first time in over a decade. For SEO professionals, this could mean the end of Google's uncanny ability to know user preferences before users even articulate them in search queries. It could mean more predictable rankings, fairer competition, and search results based purely on content quality rather than behavioral data harvested through browser dominance. Most users have no idea this level of surveillance is even happening. While you think you're just browsing the web, Chrome is building an incredibly detailed behavioral profile that makes your search history look like amateur hour. Therefore, Chrome divestiture wouldn't just hurt Google, it would fundamentally rebalance the entire internet. While most of the industry is focused on the latest core update or AI overviews, smart SEO are positioning themselves for a post-Google world. So, don't wait for the judge's ruling to start preparing. By then, it's too late. If this video opened your eyes to the changes coming, hit that subscribe button. I'll be covering every major development in this story as it unfolds. Drop a comment and tell me which breakup scenario you think is most likely and how you're preparing. In the next video, I'll show you the specific strategies you need to implement right now to protect your rankings and diversify your traffic sources. As an SEO specialist, you know that information asymmetry is everything in this business. See you there.